that out. So for example, if you wanted to get yourself some coffee, you know, Blackout Coffee is the place to go. You can actually go to blackoutcoffee.com/Hank Strange, use the code Hank10, and you can save yourself 10% from Blackout Coffee. And they've got coffee, they've got hot chocolate, they've got tea, all kinds of good stuff there. And you know, you can buy some coffee and help support us at the same time. So we appreciate you all doing that. Big shout out to Barnauls, makers of performance steel case ammunition. I'm sure we're going to talk about some steel case ammunition in this show. Let me load up my guest, 2AEDU. There he goes. And let me get the show popping here, man. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange situation.
All right, guys, make sure you hit that
Lifestyles
subscribe
of
button,
Lock and
smash the
Loaded.
thumbs ups, ring the bell so you can be notified when we're live. Here goes the bell. There you go. We are live. The sound of freedom. Who moved your freedom? This is the show. Welcome back. Let's first of all, let's do the jazz hands. 2AEDU. There you go. We got the jazz hands popping. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 829 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. As I said, my guest tonight for the whole night is 2AEDU. There he goes. What's up, my friend? How's it going?
What's happening, man? Nice to see you, and nice to see all the people in the chat.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Thanks so much for coming out. All you guys out there, smash the thumbs ups. Everyone, smash the thumbs ups right now. We need it. We appreciate it. And, you know, it helps. It helps the algorithm. Big shout out to our Shooting Gallery, NE. He says, hey, what's crack-a-lackin'? Did Shooting Gallery NE see me? Yesterday I was posting, he sent me a patch. Let me see, where is it? Here it goes. I was showing it off yesterday. Boom! Let's see, can we get that to focus? Come on, focus, camera. Oh, this is so... and then it goes out of focus. There we go. Okay, over here. There we go. Yeah, there you go. So, big thanks to Shooting Gallery Eddie for that patch. I appreciate it.
And I see Toxic Patch Co., who made the patch, is in the chat here.
Okay, is he? Okay, shout out to Toxic Patch Company also out there. You know, everyone else out there. As I said, let's see. There's so many folks. If you need a shout out, let us know. We'll be happy to do that. Brass Catcher says, "Did I inspire a collab?" So I'm not sure. What's that? Yeah,
There's some people that liked our last stream, I think, and was looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking forward to it. Corey Williams is out there, so hi to her. Let's see. I do see Toxic Patch Company. I'm just trying to go through here and shout out a couple of people as we go through this. All right. So what's up, man? What's the dealio?
Jeez, man, all kinds of stuff. Took a trip down south a few weeks back, and now I'm cutting grass in the rain and mud here in Michigan.
Okay. Yeah. How does that work? Cutting grass in the mud. I need video.
Well, I wasn't trying to cut it. Well, here's my coffee cup that was in the lawnmower cup holder as proof.
Let's see this.
Okay?
Right. So you were out and then you just got a downpour, or how does that work?
Well, it's just been raining so much. The goal isn't to cut in the mud, but when you're cutting near the ditch and the mower kind of slides into it and you have to get out, that's what happens.
Oh, okay. Have you
Yeah.
Have you ever got the mower stuck in the mud?
I have. A couple times.
All right. So is it? I'm guessing it's not a 4x4 mower.
No, it's a big zero turn. It's got really wide tires in the rear. It has pretty good flotation, but you can get it stuck eventually.
Okay. Have you ever flipped it?
I have not. I'm still here today, so I haven't flipped it.
Yeah. Armament and Axis says, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. I love that saying, and I think we should keep it going as long as possible.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I know people are gonna get people are getting banned. There was a rapper that did a song on it, and then he got kicked up. He got the song kicked off of YouTube, and the guy doesn't even curse or anything. He just crazy.
I know, And you know that's crazy. And you know what I like so much about the Let's Go Brandon, and I've been talking
Mm-hmm.
about this a lot lately in my streams. I
Mm-hmm.
believe politics is downstream from culture. So really what we're in right now is a culture war. And I see all of these college kids chanting Let's Go Brandon, and that gives me a lot of hope. It makes me
Mm-hmm.
realize it's not just the middle-aged, person that's no, the young people are really taking on to this, and I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, everyone assumes that they're just automatically liberals and sheep, but I guess in lots of cases they've been pushed too far.
Yeah, we need everybody. It's like right now, just look at what's going on. I mean, there's tons of terrible stuff, but what gives me a little hope is we've got, patriotic Korean War veterans. We've got, that generation. They're old, but they're still there. Vietnam veterans, and they're patriotic. But now we've got
Mm-hmm.
college kids. We've got country music fans. We've got rap fans. Like it's like spreading across all genres. People are
Mm-hmm.
starting to wake up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Let me get this up there because
Money,
some
money,
guy
money,
named
money,
some dude
money.
named John Crump live gave us a couple of bucks. He says, "Where did you get that hat?" Wait.
Well,
Hold on. Let me see. Don't say it. Don't say it. 2AEDU. Let me see if I can use my. Oh, yeah. Okay.
since he's making me do it, John
Right.
Crump is what we call management. He runs Black Swan Media and Black Swan Tactical, and
Hmm.
that's where all of my merch is. And John's also working with my channel on other projects. So
Right. There
shout
you
out to him.
go. No, that has something to do with John. No. Who would believe that? Who would believe it? No, that's cool. So, was that a new patch in there? I think I've seen. It's the 2AEDU. Seen that one before. Let's see what we're looking at here.
And
Okay.
this is the Future Felons of America project.
Mm-hmm.
My friend and moderator Mateo actually drew this from scratch. Toxic Patch Co made it. It's
Mm-hmm.
available on Black Swan, and this is just to raise awareness to everybody that with these impending rules that they're quote deciding on right now, we could have 20 million or more people instantly felons with arm braces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. And let's see. And then Toxic Patch Company also gave us some money now. Let's
Money,
see.
money,
Who does
money,
it say
money, money.
here? Toxic Patch Company says, but who did those patches? So,
Well, we gave him the shout out, and this just proves that the Crump Mafia is pretty prevalent right now.
right, yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to. There's a whole bunch of stuff going out there. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What's your biggest thing that's on your radar right now? I guess that's my first question. Let's start there. What's the biggest thing on your radar at this moment?
Well, broadly speaking, there's many people right now, including the former vice president, trying to destroy America. That's where it starts. But I think those two rules that we all sent the letters in, and
Mhm.
according to John Crump of Ammo Land, he put out a story that they counted
Mhm.
them in like 5 minutes. We sent so many letters to them telling them,
Mhm.
no, you're not going to redefine frames and receivers. You're not going to ban the arm braces. That they're now proposing they're going to double the size of the ATF,
Mhm.
and how quickly they got through an astronomical amount of comments
Mhm.
makes me think they really don't care. And if I were to guess, I hope I'm wrong, guys, but I would guess they're probably going to drastically be changing what a firearm is very soon, and probably banning or making arm braces into SBRs. That's two things on my radar.
Yeah. Well, yeah. One good question is how they count it so fast, but they definitely haven't read them all, right?
There's no way, and it just goes back to where, look, guys, this government was founded, of the people, by the people, for the people, and the only reason the government would even exist at all is to preserve our natural rights that were endowed by our Creator. Well, this is what the government is. The people spoke. We said no. Literally over 400,000, pushing 500,000 comments and letters were written about this, and they're like, "Oh, we've counted them all. We'll have our ruling soon." So it's not good right now with this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um, When when did that article go up from John? Let me see. Is that did that go up today, or I think that went up yesterday, right?
It was maybe late last week where he went
Oh,
through,
was
and I
it?
know it was on his
Okay.
YouTube channel for sure
Okay.
last week. It was
Yeah.
basically talking about how just, I mean, I exaggerated when I said 5 minutes, but it was like in a
Mhm.
couple days they supposedly read hundreds and hundreds of thousands of comments. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where. Yeah, that probably did go up last week. Let me just search John's articles here. John Crump. Let's go and just search that and see. Um.
He's in the chat. Maybe he can help us out here.
Yeah. Uh.
And you want to know what's crazy, man? While you're looking that up, people keep. So I
Mhm.
did a stream last week and said what you should buy now while you still can.
Right.
Meaning, right now, a slide on a pistol is just a part. In almost all states, gets just shipped right to your home. AR upper receiver, all these things. And I was telling people, like, look, we may be ending the golden era of building your own firearm at home in the privacy of your own home. And immediately, everyone started in the chat saying, well, what law passed? And
Mhm.
I'm like, well, actually, if that law did pass, it'd be unconstitutional. But it's actually worse than that. There have been no laws passed by our duly elected representatives and senators. This is
Mhm.
just literally coming from three-letter agencies saying that they can create law, define law, adjudicate law. And it's a really big issue going on right now.
Mhm. Yeah. In the case of everything that's going on in when it comes to the COVID vaccine mandates, there's definitely it's not even out there. If they say they're going to do something, all of a sudden everyone starts like companies start making up rules based on stuff they haven't even that the government hasn't even done in the first place for us to go, yeah, that's unconstitutional.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, dude. This is more of the same thing that's going on right now. First of all, any
Mhm.
such mandate, in my opinion, would be constitutional, even if it was passed by Congress, which it wasn't.
Mhm.
Even if there was an executive order, that would also be unconstitutional, but we don't even have that yet. We just
Mhm.
had the former vice president come out and said, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to lay the smackdown on all of your liberty. But there's been nothing actually signed by him. And all these
Mhm.
businesses are just ruining people's careers, ruining their lives. It's
Mhm.
crazy, man.
Mhm. Yeah. Um I don't know where that's going to stop. By the way, I see you mentioned Mateo. I see Mateo
Yep, shout out to him.
out there. Um so there you go. Yeah, there's, I what I'm waiting for is the pitchforks and torches moment with all that stuff. I want to see like where does it go in America that it just goes too far and then people just rise up in America and go, okay, this bullshit has to stop. You guys cannot do this nonsense. You know,
Yeah,
obviously we
I
feel that way. We feel that way when it comes to a lot of gun laws that these guys are proposing. But we're like that's us, right? And that's us in a bucket. But there's a lot of other things going on in America. Maybe that's what's leading to all the chants of "Let's go Brandon" out there. So is that the point, or where is it? What do you think?
I think that is the point. Look, we're in a sea change in this country right now. I think anyone knows that by now. And I think, if you think about it, we've had different rallying cries throughout the generations. It was the redcoats are coming. It was remember the Alamo. All
Mm-hmm.
these things that we've had since this country's inception. And I seriously think that Let's Go Brandon, as trite as it may sound, that's kind of the new rallying cry. Like I said earlier, college kids filled up
Mm-hmm.
stadiums full of people. These are all types of people right now partaking in this. And I don't know, man, pitchforks and torches.
Yeah.
I hope not, but I do think we are in a sort of civil war right now, even if it's third, fourth, fifth generational. We're definitely in a cultural war, wouldn't you
Well,
say?
there has to be something. I'm not saying violence, but there has to be something in America where people go, "Hey, you guys have to stop this. This is, we're not taking this crap." I kind of agree with Gray Man. He says seems like we're past that, but crickets. I think that after January 6th, you know, the Democrats out there, a lot of liberal folks made it seem like just saying anything about, all of a sudden the people who were always anti-government said that saying anything about the government is insurrection. You know, we should all just bow down and do whatever Big Brother says. And I think that does have a lot of people scared, but, you know, somewhere in there, as you were saying, if there's all these college kids, if there's all these people going out to sporting events and all that and chanting this, is that the beginning, or is that just the end of it where it all fizzles?
Well, I hope it's not the end, man, because if we lose this experiment on self-governance, we'll literally never get it back. No other country's going to come and save the United States of America. I think we're in a really tough place right now, but I think we still have a chance. And if you go back to the founding of this country, Ben Franklin was literally asked by a lady, what have we, sir? Do we have a monarchy or a republic? And he said a republic if you can keep it. And that's where we're at right now. People are going to have to keep this country because we'll never get it back if we lose it. I think we're right on the precipice right now.
Yeah, it's weird. And when you see the media, okay, the media who traditionally championed freedom, especially freedom of speech, is now championing the opposite of that. It's scary. Right? That's what we have going on here right now. When the media is doing the opposite of that. So for example, I'm trying to remember where I saw the article about the rapper. So there's this rapper that has a song that's pretty popular, Let's Go Brandon, and YouTube banned it. Yeah, and this guy doesn't curse. One. Yeah, this guy is very religious, he doesn't curse, etc. And they banned the video. And it's just weird to me. You can see all kinds of other crap in videos, but I see that as art. Like, I don't think they should be banned either. You know? But then you'll ban this guy, you know, and he's not cursing, he's not doing anything like that. He is also doing art. And when you see the media, not just YouTube, when you see the mainstream media, CNN, NBC, all these places championing people's voices being suppressed, okay, then you know that you're really, I mean, it's like we're living in Russia. We're not, you know, it's not America at that point, right?
No, it's crazy. The First Amendment is known as the Freedom of Speech Amendment, although it basically guarantees 4 essential liberties and rights. But yeah, the only reason that we have freedom of the press protected in our First Amendment is to promote free speech. And there's this idea that it's only supposed to protect popular speech that they're trying to ingrain on us. No, actually, all of these rights are for everybody, and the government put in the Bill of Rights to protect the least of us, the people that would get trampled over by the hordes and the masses. And it's really crazy what they're doing right now.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of insane. You know, I was looking, and by the way, I don't know if he's watching or listening, but big shout out and congratulations to Military Arms channel. He got over 1 million subscribers, so congratulations to him. Right, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a long time, definitely a lot longer than I have. But he was also talking about, where I saw that post, he was talking about how, you know, he's so suppressed on YouTube. And it's just weird, man. It's weird to think that, you know, that we're in this situation now. You know, that we're really in a situation where we are the minority and these guys are suppressing us. And the thing that we're doing, like, we're not hurting anyone. We're not criminals. You know, we don't want to take anyone's freedom away or take anything from anyone. But we're the bad guys.
Yeah,
right?
Look, we're just trying to do American things, and we need to reject this idea that we're crazy or that we're radical. No, we're the normal people. It's normal to want to exercise your God-given rights, to enjoy liberty, and just be left the heck alone. That's actually what this country's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird to see that a guy can hit, and I know it's the same thing for me. Like, I'm not at 1 million. I'm over 100,000 subscribers, and the subscriber number goes up, but the people watching my videos goes down, and it's all weird. We're putting out videos, the number goes down. If I get a video, it gets any kind of attention, YouTube goes, no, we're gonna limit this one. It's just a weird thing that's happening, and it's even happening to people that are on that level.
Yeah, I'm noticing almost every YouTuber I know, especially in the gun or patriotic communities, same thing as me. We'll put out videos, they get half or a quarter of the views of what they did even a year ago. And then it's so frustrating when I spend my time making a video and someone comes in and sends me a message. Hey, man, when are you going to do the follow-up on that Palmetto Romanian GF3R? And I'm like, well, I put that video out 2 days ago. And then they come back, not in my notifications, not in my feed. And it is frustrating.
Yeah, I think it's happening to all of us. I hope that I was talking to someone about this today, and I was telling him, just this is something we're passionate about. This is something we believe in. We have to just keep doing our thing, and regardless of what these guys are doing to us, we can't let them make us quit, right? Get inside of our brains and make us quit. At the same time, I would hope that there's folks out there, making some plans in this direction. I know I heard about, Trump is supposed to be working on something, and there's other places working on things. I don't know that I've seen anything that gives me any reason to be optimistic at this point, because I heard even Trump had rules that on his platform you couldn't talk bad about him. So I don't know if that would be a freedom platform, in my opinion. But
yeah, I mean, who cares if we agree with him more than the current former vice president? It shouldn't be restricted, period, to be the definition of freedom.
Yeah, we should be able to go. I don't want to go on a place where I can't talk. I think the rule was that you can't talk bad about the people that own that particular platform that they're working on. Well, then what's the point? I should be able to talk bad about anyone I want. If I vote for someone to be president, I can still talk bad about him. If they do the wrong thing, I can mention it.
And so did you.
Yeah.
I've heard you call him out every time he did his BS,
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Let me see here. I know there's a bunch of comments coming in. I'm a little bit behind. Man Against the Masses says Jared put out a video about Hornady backtracking on their mandate. You and I took a look at Guns and Gadgets video right before we started. It's a quick video. What do you think?
Dude, I think it's awesome. I think Jared's pretty much over the target. I believe that so many people got a hold of him, reached out, said many things probably, and it seems like they're backtracking, to be honest with you, which is good.
Yeah. So I think everyone knows about what's going on with with Hornady, but do you want to just recap the whole Hornady thing from your point of view for folks out there?
Oh, I was so pissed at first. I was ranting about it on my Friday stream. They put out apparently in their break room and lunchroom, they put out a letter that basically said that mandates are coming. Back to that whole executive action that doesn't even exist, but they said there's an executive action, mandates are coming, we're going to have a health clinic, and they basically said you're going to take this whether you like it or not. Don't go on the internet, don't talk to your coworkers about it, you're just going to have to, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the gist of what that original letter said, that you're going to have to take a forced healthcare procedure.
Yeah, did it say that they can't talk to each other about it?
Most definitely, and that's the part that got me the most mad, when it said, don't believe what you read on the internet. It said, don't believe, don't talk to your coworkers.
I see the part. Yeah, okay.
And that part got me the most mad.
Yeah, I remember something like that in that letter. I don't know if they were saying that people were going to get fired if they didn't do it. Do you remember the stuff that came out about guns.com?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, see, to me that was more egregious. It kind of, from me reading the Hornady letter, it kind of sounded like hey, we've got government contracts. OSHA is going to be putting this thing out, so please get the vaccine. There was a part in there that they were saying there was a lot of misinformation on the internet and all that kind of stuff about it, but it didn't seem like when I saw the thing from guns.com, that was a lot worse. They were saying in there that if you didn't get it, you were going to get fired, right? Then they were saying even if you have a religious exemption, they want you to explain to them what your religious exemption is, and then they're going to have a whole board to go through all your reasons. If you had a medical exemption, they want you to explain that and show proof that you've used it. It was all crazy when I heard it. So I'm not saying I don't like the idea of companies forcing people into taking this vaccine or doing anything else of that nature. But it seemed to me like Guns.com was worse. They backed off of it. So now the news is that Hornady's also backed off of it, right?
Yeah, and that's good. And we might have a little difference in opinion on the Hornady. I think the Hornady one's a little worse than
You do. You think
it is.
Why do you think it's worse?
Well, because he said, look, there's misinformation out there, so don't pay attention to the internet. Don't talk to your coworkers. It's like, well, hold on a minute. There's misinformation from Dr. You-know-who and from the CDC and who. They put out so much misinformation and gone back and forth so many times. It's like, why would you listen to OSHA all of a sudden? I don't know. I just, and then he also
I would
said
have to.
something
I would have to pull it back up and take a look at that particular part of it, because I might have skipped over the part where they said don't talk to your coworkers about it. Because I mean, I don't understand what that means. If you're dealing, to me, here's how I look at this. If you're going to make a decision whether or not, so let's say you're making the decision, should I or should I not get the vaccine? You can talk to whoever the hell you want to. You could talk to your doctors, you could talk to whoever. If you're a religious person, you talk to whoever advises you spiritually. You could talk to your family members. You could talk to your coworkers. I might have skipped over that part. So
I just didn't like that part of it, him telling you who you should talk to or listen to.
Yeah.
And then he basically said there's nothing you can do about this. That was in there too, and that kind of hit me pretty hard too, because I'm like, of course there's something you can do about this. You can quit your job if you want to. I mean, that's some people can't. Some people are choosing to do that.
Yeah. So here, I'm going to throw it up. I want to go back and see. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. They went back, but I just want to see where I missed that. Where was it? Do you remember? I'm throwing it up here.
So right there it says, we understand that paragraph there.
Okay. Right. We understand this is a difficult situation, and we will make sure to keep you informed as we learn more about the mandate in the coming days. There's a tremendous amount of misinformation and flat-out lies about this mandate. Please listen to the guidance we provide, not the internet, social media, or even your coworker. Oh, you're right. Oh, damn. Okay, I skipped over that. Yeah, that's bullshit.
You can only listen to him. He's the only one that knows.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
And then there's something further down where he says there's nothing you can do about this or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So you know what? You're right. I take that back. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Look, I believe people are all very smart people, and people are going to decide for themselves who they listen to, whether it's doctor.
Well, that's
clergy,
socialist. That's
family.
that's like Big Brother. Don't listen to what anyone else says. We know about this. We are the arbitrators of everything that you should. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I skipped over that, honestly. So
I think a lot of people did. I didn't like that part.
Yeah, shout out to DLD After Dark. Yeah, I see why you don't like that part. And I don't think you're wrong now that I go back and see the intention of how they're saying that. Because that's not you. I mean, everyone should make up their own mind about everything.
I agree. You reap what you sow. If you make the good choice, you'll have a good result. If you make a bad choice, you'll have a bad result. That's how life usually works.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's just weird. That's like your employer is like, listen, we believe in this religion. Don't listen to anyone else. Just listen to what we tell you about. Okay. I see where you're coming from. On that one. But so they backed all the way up on this now. So how do you feel about it now? Are you still like, you'll never buy Hornady again, or where are you at? Look,
I'm not going to advocate what the audience should do, because again, they're all smart people. I'm done with them, because I only think they took it back because they were worried about all the loss of sales. Here's the thing: I would never write anything like that in the first place. If you would even write something like that in the first place, I don't know. I'm done with them. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion.
Um, well, you know, I think that if you're gonna put out something about this thing, and let's say you're a government, you have government contracts, your government contracts represent a big thing, and you feel like, hey, they may put this out there, and you want your employees to be aware of it. I get it if you're like, hey, we're just putting this info out there. This is what these guys are trying to do. We're just making you guys aware. We're not saying do this or do that. That's one thing, right? You're letting them know that, hey, this might affect us, and at some point, if that does affect them, then you could go, hey, we told you guys this thing was coming up and it's going to affect us. We're not gonna force this on anyone. So hey, we're gonna lose this money, but you know, we're just letting everyone know that this is coming. I'm cool with that.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
but there's just like, you're now getting into your employees' business. You know, like, they're outside of them working for you. This is a decision that they make about their own health, and or you know, what goes inside of their body. So this is just as bad as like, if we're talking about abortion, an employer saying, hey, you have to get an abortion. That's where we think about it. Or hey, you know what, you can't do this, because that's what we think about it. You know.
Yeah, and I'm kind of reading the chat here. Alan Powell says the person who wrote that will likely be fired. I'd like to get a little more info. So where I stand right now is I'm done with them. I have no use for that company. But was it... See, it has Steve Hornady's name on the letter. So did the owner actually write the letter? Or did one of his assistants write it and put his name on it, and he's infuriated and he would have never... I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses for him.
Yeah,
All
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
is
I would say it's Steve Hornady, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, it's on his
name's
letterhead.
on the letter.
Yeah, it's on
Yes.
his letterhead. It's signed by him. This one that I was reading here, I don't know if that was signed or not. Hold on, let me go back and look. Well, it says Steve on the bottom there. I don't know that it was necessarily signed, but yeah, you're the owner of the company. It's your letterhead. Yeah, it's you. Even if the idea of someone else writing it, what does that mean?
I'm considering it from him because his name's on it.
Yeah.
It's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
this kind of stuff happens. So no more Hornady for you, right?
Personally, but I'm not going to tell other people what to do. I'm not like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If you have Hornady, because I'm just asking this question because it always comes up when stuff happens with gun companies, right? If you have Hornady right now, are you throwing it out? If so,
No, I'm good.
Just send it to me. If you don't need it, 2AEDU, collect all your Hornady and send it in.
But I can send you some, but no,
No,
I'm going
I'm
to use
just
it.
messing
'cause-
with you.
I
Just
know.
put little labels on it. Nornady. Put Nornady on there. Not, it's not Hornady anymore.
No, I'll shoot what I already have because they already got the money for that.
Yeah. Well, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's like Springfield. People keep bringing up Springfield Armory to me, right?
Yeah.
And I think their guns that they make are decent. I don't really want to do anything on their stuff, since they were involved in this whole carve-out scandal, right? That whole thing just put me off to them. But that doesn't mean if you already have something from Springfield, I'm not telling you to go melt it down or throw it away or even sell it for that matter. Yeah.
Yeah, well, most of their handguns, like their XD line, are made by HS Product in Croatia. They're good guns. I had them from a long, long time ago. I own a few. Melting them down proves nothing. I'm not going to do any videos on their products, however, because I don't want to promote a company that inflicted gun control on all of the small gun businesses in Illinois, but carved them in Rock River out as an exception. I can't forgive them for that unless or until the owner retires, steps aside, the new people come in, renounce it. That's about the only redemption for them, for me.
Yeah. There was an article, I think that it was it The Truth About Guns? That's talking about all these different companies that are anti-2A. Did you see that? I would have to go see if I could find that article and pull it back up, right? But let me see, where is it? Let me see if I could find it. And it was talking about all these companies that do stuff that's anti 2A. I have to see if I could find that article here again.
There's always been a lot of anti-2A gun companies and ammo companies. This has been going on forever almost.
Yeah. So, let's see. I don't know. I wish I had a link to that article. So what do we do there in that case? Do you feel the same way about that, or do you
Look,
think?
I don't generally like cancel culture, so I'm always kind of loath to call for we need to cancel these people. Look, I think that while we still have some capitalism left in this country, capitalism tends to take care of this. If enough people say screw it, I'm not with it, well, they're going to reap what they sow for their bad decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, I think, we should. I wish we had some kind of alternatives to these companies lined up where people could easily see that, right?
Well, I gave a good example here in Michigan of a local ammo company. He's not going to be able to, fill the demand that Hornady could, but you've got Justin from Phoenix Ammo here in Wixom, Michigan.
Okay.
And you had the governor sending, telling him he wasn't in compliance with all of her mandates. Remember, she had it where you couldn't buy seeds for your garden, you couldn't buy ammunition. When they tried to shut him down, he said no. He kept making ammo. Then eventually the state police came with their guns and their badge, tried to shut him down. He still never did. And he said, you know what? You guys came there and tried to shut my business down. I'll never sell to law enforcement or government again. And he doesn't sell to law enforcement anymore.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. He made national news by doing that, actually.
Yeah. So it would be, I think, and I was discussing this with a friend, it would be great if we had some kind of alternative thing. So like you're saying, instead of Hornady, get ammo. Instead of getting ammo from here, get it from here. Right? Instead of buying sneakers from this place, buy sneakers from this place.
Look, I'd personally rather buy from Phoenix Ammunition, who kicked the cops out and said, you guys came with your guns and your badge and tried to ruin my livelihood. He won't sell to them. I'd rather give them my money, which, by the way, he had no mandates for jab, no face covering mandates, nothing in his shop. I feel more comfortable spending my money there rather than Hornady, personally.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Much smaller company, though. He's not going to be able to keep up with the demands of the whole country or anything like that.
Yeah. Is Hornady? No, Hornady's not the biggest ammo maker, right? But they make. I think that's the name that you think of if you're thinking of high-end ammo, probably. Am I
They're in
wrong
the top
on that?
3, we should say, right?
Who are the top ammo makers?
Well, you've got Federal. That's going to be way up there. You've got Winchester, especially with their new, government contracts in the last couple of years. Remington, but they've switched ownership. So,
Yeah.
and then I put Hornady right in the tier below those guys.
Okay. Okay.
Not as far as quality necessarily, just as far as the volume of ammo they sell.
The amount. Yeah. The amount that they're making. Hornady was probably up there with being a high end, hunting ammo and stuff like that. Yeah. So we'll see. So them backing off of it right now, not good enough for you.
No, because look, I think it's good that the people spoke and that they're listening, but it's you probably still meant what you said. You're just backtracking to retain some customers. In my humble opinion, that's what I think's going on. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know what? People need to think about stuff before they put it out there. So.
Especially something that could make people lose their job or freak out, or that's a major deal for people.
And Mateo is saying that Hornady would not be considered premium ammo. Good quality, but not premium. What's the premium ammos?
Well, you've got some. Mateo's actually quite the ammo aficionado guy.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be some higher end companies out there that might, if you look at Norma has some pretty high end hunting ammo out there.
Okay, I don't even know. I never even heard that name. Okay. Yeah.
HSM makes some premium. These are going to be companies that probably aren't in your big box stores as much, that are on the. It's kind of like the watches that you're into. You like some, rather premium watches. You don't find those necessarily at Walmart or, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to really be super into that to know, I guess, some of these things. Like, I'm not a big hunter, so I wouldn't know what's the creme de la creme uh, of. I'm waiting for Mateo to tell us the creme de la creme of.
Shout out to CloverTac in the meantime.
Yes.
He's
Oh
in the
yeah. I
chat.
saw also CloverTac is out there. He says, "Yo yo yo, my bro 2AEDU here with Big Hank, and of course all you crazy chat peeps." So there you go. Oh, here we
Clover's
go.
been
So,
a good friend of my channel and helped out a lot. I just want to give him an extra special shout out and thank you.
okay. Okay, awesome. There you go. Mateo says Black Hills, Gorilla, etc., etc. Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Now,
Stuff
you
I
all
can't
know.
afford, but it's
Right. Gorilla. So Gorilla ammo is like a high-end ammo, also. That I didn't know.
Gorilla Ammo's
Black-
good stuff.
Yeah, Black Hills. I've heard of Gorilla Ammo and Black Hills. I didn't know like Gorilla was one of the super high end stuff. You gotta ask. You gotta ask. Otherwise, you don't find out. I see some other people saying Gorilla. John Doe says Norma good ammo was deal on it before COVID. And Clover says that Hornady has some primo line stuff, but you pay for it.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go. And Man Against the Masses says, I still don't think the OSHA rule will ever be activated. Yeah.
Well, here's
Let's
the
see.
problem with that, man, against the masses, you know? Here's the problem right now. So they just said, we're going to have this rule. All these companies are acting like it's there. It's not. Nobody can sue right now on it because it's not actually out there.
It's not a, yeah.
So we're going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, someone's got it actually has to get out there so that someone could put it in court.
So you just lose your job right now because your boss is pretending there's a rule that there's not, but you can't sue because there's not a rule. That's how insane this is.
Yeah, companies need to wait until there's a rule.
Yeah. And even then, they should stand up against that rule, in my opinion, even
Yeah.
if there was one.
Yeah. I know. I was in the barbershop, and when this conversation came up in the barbershop, guys were talking about, remember when AIDS was a thing, and there were people like, wait a second, should I have to be forced to play with people who have AIDS? Remember? And they weren't gonna. They didn't want to go down that road of starting to test everyone and do this and do that thing, right? But that was back in the
Magic
days.
Johnson was
Yeah.
Magic was playing for the Lakers at that time, and there was a
Right.
big controversy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so funny how these are different times.
Well, now that we're in interesting times, I'll say.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What other? I don't know if we've gotten enough out on that one yet. What other stuff do the people want to talk about, or do you want to get into here? I'm down with that. With whatever. Listen, tonight is the last show for this week. Then there's gonna be no more short shows this week because I'm getting on the road with the van, and I'm driving out to Nevada for SEMA show. So
Nice.
that's what I'm getting into. Are you into cars?
I'm into working on my landscape trucks to keep them on the road.
Oh, okay. You're only into landscaping.
Well, I'm mainly only into guns as far as for fun.
Right.
And then the other stuff I do to
When
make
it-
my living.
When it comes to automobiles, only automobiles that facilitate landscapery.
I did have, though. Look, I'll tell you a real quick car story because I don't have many.
Mm-hmm.
16 years old. I found a mint condition 1962 Dodge Dart, and it had come from West Virginia where they didn't salt the roads. This thing was so mint, it had like 40,000 miles. Little old lady and her husband bought it. Kids were grown. No one had even sat in the back seat of this car.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a mint, like brand new 1962, and this would have been back in the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
All my friends were so jealous. Until all of a sudden, living in Michigan, it's like my dad's like, you can't take that car out. They salted the roads today. You can't ride around with 6 friends in there. The car's too mint. And my only classic car I ever had that should have been in a museum was my worst curse because I couldn't do 16-year-old
Can't go
stuff
anywhere.
with it.
So you only took it out in the summertime?
Dude, the car should have been in a museum. It was the most perfect car ever, right? And my dad was smart in hindsight. He's like, "You can't do that, son. You can't do that." And I'm like, "No, but I want to go out and like pick up chicks." So
Oh.
got rid of that and just went right into like, I think it was an '89 Ford Thunderbird.
Right.
You know.
You know what?
Yeah.
If places like Michigan, probably, I know New York for sure, you got to get a beater car. Having a nice new car or a nice car in general, even if it's a classic, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Exactly, and it was the exact
Yeah.
color of this shirt. I'm not even kidding. My favorite, my baby blue color. It was.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, I mean,
What
it was a
happened to
nice
it?
car.
Where is it? Where is it now? Is it in a museum?
Dude, you know what really sucked? So we sold it. So we sold it locally, and then a friend of a friend who knew the guy that bought it. It was only a few miles away. He's like, "Dude, did you hear what happened to your Dart?" I'm like, "What's that?" He was going like 110, wrapped it around a telephone pole. It's totaled scrap.
Oh, man.
So yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better off just staying in your garage, and then you go out there every night and look at it and, rub it down,
Right.
oil it up.
But I'm 16 and the girls were cute and I was playing my game and they were, I couldn't.
Then live your life. You live your life and deal with the... So back then
it's a
there
true
was nothing.
story.
There was nothing back then to treat like some kind of undercoating or something. You just go out.
No, we took it in down the road and oiled it up and everything. Like old fashioned, like it was like some type of heavy oil they sprayed underneath it. But believe it or not, that actually turned me off to classic cars. I'm like, these things are useless. They're stupid. They're not practical. If that makes any sense. I don't know.
No, I understand where you come. If you can't use it, it's just like, it's teasing you. That's all it's doing.
If I had, yeah.
Shout out to Aries Training Facility out there. I see Aries Training Facility. He said, yes, we love cars and guns. I know that's true.
If I lived down south, heck yeah, I was just in Georgia and South Carolina. I'd see these cars from the 80s. I love that style of car and truck, these squared off pickup trucks, no rust on the fender wells. So, heck yeah, in the south, I'd be all over it.
Yeah. So let me see here. TPC Cook says, if it isn't baby blue Soviet block, he isn't interested.
Well, this was Mopar, but it was baby blue.
So what is the Soviet cars again? Oh, man. A Lada. If it's a baby blue Lada, you're all in, right?
I'm into Soviet guns, not their cars. I need to get one of those Yugo cars, I guess.
Yeah. Edward Andrews says Hornady makes some outstanding precision ammo. And Clovertax says, I've been really digging on some of the performance sedans from Kia lately. Laugh if you want, but they're pretty wicked sweet. Yeah, I think Kia stepped their game up a while ago. Like Kia, Hyundai /Hyundai.
Isn't that what our friend Flying Rich is driving around? Is that a Hyundai or a Kia?
I think Rich is a Hyundai. I want to say he's in a Hyundai. If he's out there, he'll tell us. I think he has.
Crump's got something like that too.
Well, no. So Rich, I guess it's Hyundai, but he has the Genesis Coupe, which
That's
is
what
Hyundai.
it is.
Yeah, he has the Genesis Coupe. So, listen, they're making good cars. I think I said this last night. The car that is like killing all other cars is the Tesla Plaid.
Okay.
That's killing all cars. It's the fastest car ever. Okay? Fastest car ever, immediate speed. Everyone that's trying to drag race that car is losing. For the money relative, it's like about $130,000 for that car.
Okay.
But it's beating $250,000, $500,000, $1 million cars in speed.
Wow.
So,
wow, that's crazy.
yeah, the 0 to 60 is 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, electric motor doesn't have a conventional transmission. I get it.
Yeah. So, and actually, I know, like, Aries is saying, come down and see it. So Trey from Aries, his brother has that Tesla Plaid, and I've been telling him I'm going to come out there and drive it when I actually happen to stay in town. So that's going to happen.
Wait a minute. I thought Aries has a Yugo. Read his chat up there. He says Yugo car and guns. I thought he was driving
No.
around a little Yugo.
Trey, you're driving? No. So far as I know, Trey drives pickup trucks.
He says he's driving a Yugo car and
He
guns.
is a
over the chat.
Trey is a pickup driving country boy. I don't even know where that's coming from.
He's messing with me, I think.
Yeah. Rudy Finney gave us some money here. What did he
Money,
say?
money, 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 money.
Yeah. Rudy says you mean the fastest battery ever made.
What's up, Rudy?
Okay. You know,
Pretty
I mean,
much.
that's true. Yeah, technically. It's just technically a fast go-kart, a golf cart or something like that.
It's a fast rolling battery.
Yeah. You listen, I grew up in the 80s, so I remember when so a Yugo was never, in my opinion, a cool car. But I remember when that was the car that some people, that was their first car, Yugo. So your first car that
Yugo
you get to
Metro.
roll around, and you get to roll around in a car and actually pick up the honeys, hey, it's good, you know, good to go.
Oh yeah.
My first car was a Honda Prelude, 1985 Honda Prelude. Yeah, stick
Nice.
shift. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, missed that car. You know, I like coupes. I've had some sedans, but I'm not really a fan of like a 4-door thing. And Man Against the Masses says Yugo station wagon is called the We All Go. So there you go.
Jeez.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What else will we? Oh, so listen. What do you think about SHOT Show? You ever been to SHOT Show 2A EDU?
I have not.
No. So is SHOT Show a thing that you want to go to, or?
In theory, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually all the way across the country from me. It seems like.
Right. Okay. Would you go out there though? Would you go to a SHOT Show?
I probably would go, assuming they don't have all these goofy restrictions. Like, I don't know if I'd go in this day and age right this second.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Heather Stroop says, have the Hyundai Veloster Turbo and love it. And JJ Rainey, once you get these guys started on cars, you can't actually stop them. It's not
I
me.
know.
I'm not bringing up cars. That's these guys. JJ Rainey says, dude, I drove a Yugo in high school, and that thing was awesome on gas. Oh, yeah. That's true.
Oh yeah.
You know, so how is gas in Michigan? I should have asked you that. Speaking of cars, how's gas out there right now?
Right by my shop, it's like $3.39 for 87. By my house, it's $3.19, and there's about an hour difference. So
Okay.
something like that.
So is that like a pain point for you? Like, where does it get really? Where does the point of the price of gas affect what you do?
Oh, it's there right now. When it was
It's
$2
there.
a gallon, that was doable. But
Mhm.
three plus, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
I burn lots of gas all over the place. The truck's a gas guzzler. The mower, 35 horsepower lawnmower, it guzzles gas.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's
So
pretty tough.
have you considered getting some electric like an electric zero turn?
They don't have that technology right now that's actually doable.
Okay.
Not with the productivity mine has. I have like the electric blower, the Makita, and I have some smaller electric tools that work really good though.
Yeah. But you're saying like for like in the zero turn category, which is my opinion like an industrial lawn mowing device. I mean, short of you getting like a big tractor, I don't know if you do that. You know, some people have the big tractors for doing that stuff. It's a zero turn is what everyone goes to, right?
That's what I'm using because I don't really do much of the tow behind brush hog type stuff. But look, they're just now like we're right on the precipice of it because they have some commercial zero turns that are just starting to enter the market that are battery electric, but they're kind of like that'd be like the equivalency of like a low 20 horsepower machine. I'm at 35 horse, so I'm kind of on the upper end of horsepower for a lawnmower, and they haven't gotten to that equivalency yet.
Okay. Someone needs to take a Tesla motor and put it in a zero turn. That'll
Oh,
be
they-
like
they
1,000 horsepower, zero turn.
Oh yeah.
I see you in that first 2.8 EDU.
I'll have to switch to a lawn mowing channel then. Try to get some sponsorship.
That'll be
'Cause
awesome.
That's gonna be expensive.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see if I see any. There's a lot of electric things are coming along. I think electric is great for bikes, mini bikes, scooters, and stuff like that. You know, so.
Armament and axes. I am in southeastern Michigan, not too far from Toledo, Ohio. If you're talking Ohio, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he wants to know what part where you're at. So. Right now, Futsfork 8 says, I use zero turn goat.
I have a couple pet goats in my backyard, and they do keep the grass trimmed.
Yeah. Have you ever considered, there's people who have goats like as a business. So if someone needs to get their grass cut, you take a whole bunch of goats and drop them off over there, and then they do the business. You come back and round them up.
That's an awesome business. I haven't. We've just got 2. They're little pygmy goats, so probably wouldn't be too productive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's an awesome idea.
Look, we had goats. We had goats for cutting the grass. Man. Okay, you get the convenience. You don't have to cut the grass, but the goats create other problems. They have their good points and their bad points. Okay?
Oh
This is
yeah,
what I
they're
think about
nice
goats.
animals though.
Yeah. So, and then now, guess what's another byproduct of having goats? Now
Free
I can't
manure.
I can't eat goat meat anymore.
No.
I used to be able to do it. Now I can't do it anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah. And TPC Cook says 2A EDU has goat videos that involve him too. We used to have our goats in videos, and then Lola just one day got tired of the goats and sold them all.
Yeah, there's no videos like that.
Yeah. So, Ron Wayne says he's going to ship you a llama for your yard. So,
Shout out to John Wayne.
Do you have llamas also?
Well, my little mascot for my channel is Lami, my stuffed llama.
Oh, there you
And
go.
Ron Wayne's wife Misty made some of these for the channel, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah. Now you got to get a llama, man. I don't know if llamas are good I don't know if llamas are good for cutting grass or whatever. Listen, goats are a lot of trouble. I'm just gonna tell you. You better know something about goats. Okay? You better have lots of patience if you're gonna get goats.
Nah, they're good.
That's what I'm saying. You have 2.
Well, yeah.
2
Not a
little
whole herd.
baby goats, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How often are you taking those goats' heads out of the fence? How often are
Never
they
really.
running away?
Not in a few years.
Yeah. How much of your stuff are they tearing up out there?
Oh, I know. They tear up stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know everything you're saying.
Yeah, man. Goats are,
I know.
and like we had a couple of really big male goats. Those male goats are super rapey. So trust me. Listen, I know the whole goat situation very, very well. So
No, I'll just stick with the lawnmower. It's a lot less stressful, right?
yeah. Yes, it's just way better technology. All right, so SHOT Show. Here's the thing. What do you think? Since we've got you here, SHOT Show, do you think it's happening? Do you think it's not happening?
I don't have any inside knowledge, but I'm not sure it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I know that's not a good answer, but I'm going to lean more towards probably not. What do you think?
I'm leaning towards not. So, I think that So there's definitely a mask mandate, like you were mentioning earlier. You know that you're not gonna want to go, and Vegas has a mask mandate. I'm about to go there, and I haven't been to Vegas in a while since this whole COVID thing kicked off. So I think the last time I was in Vegas was November of, what are we, 2021? So probably November of 2019, and there wasn't a mask mandate at that time, obviously. Um, you know. But there is now. If you're not in your hotel room, they want you wearing a mask. So I don't know. I'm not even sure how that's going to be for SEMA show. But I already made plans to go to SEMA show, and you know, I'm gonna go out there and see how it is. But if it's really bad, I'm not going back to Vegas again. That's how I look at it.
I had a couple friends that just went, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you, but they were just getting harassed and nitpicked. Like, they were trying to do the whole, I'm currently drinking, and just drink real slowly and they said, no, hurry up and drink and get it back on. Like, they wouldn't even let them drink and eat at their own pace.
So they had mask Nazis.
Oh, yeah.
Where was this? Was this in the airport or?
No, this was at one of the big hotel casinos. I can't remember the exact one, but they had a few stories though, kind of just all over the place. Same kind of story, just people following you around and yelling at you and kicking you out and all this.
Oh wow, yeah. These casinos are crazy, man. Jackie April says, "My guess, it goes virtual from now on, much less cost to manufacturers." I agree with that. We have the technology. We can rebuild it. You know, to steal an old line from an old TV show. But yeah, I think, look, I'm going to tell you, the last time I went to SHOT Show, you know, there were some shootings in Vegas that kicked off a whole bunch of problems, right? Including the whole bump stock thing. So the last time I went to SHOT Show, one of the companies was having some kind of event in a hotel away from the convention center. So we decided we were going to go. And this is one of those hotels where the stuff happened. So we went into the hotel. I had a backpack. Lola had a backpack. Lola's backpack was gray. My backpack was black. Okay? There were armed security guards in the hotel that stopped us because they wanted to search my backpack. So I was like, well, and I kind of saw them doing this with some other people, but I was like, I didn't think about it until I got up there. And I was like, why you want to search my backpack? And the guy said, because we know it's SHOT Show. And if we have instructions that if we see anyone walking around with a black backpack, we should search it.
Great.
If you have a red backpack or a gray backpack, or blue backpack, white backpack, it's all good. Black backpack, no good. Seriously, that's what these guys were telling me. Because it was SHOT Show. Yeah, because it was SHOT Show.
So all these crazy gun people with their black backpack coming into town.
Yeah, that's what they told them, to search anyone that had a black backpack. So I was like, yeah, you can't search my... So they didn't let me in. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to let you... That's a stupid rule. You know, I don't know where the hell that came from, and I'm not going to comply with that. And I just left, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I hope they don't harass you too much coming up here for SEMA. It's just, it could ruin your whole trip if they're
it's so stupid. So what they're saying, well, I was there for SEMA before that, and I had the same black backpack. And no one was worried about it. But SHOT Show guys are around. I think that we should not have SHOT Show in Vegas for sure. It just shouldn't be there. They're just messed up. So
yeah, go to a freedom loving area. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we need to speak with our dollars. If the gun community is all about personal rights and liberties and freedoms, why cram everybody into a place where they're going to be that discriminatory? That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Man Against the Masses say black backpack. Say it 3 times fast. Black backpack. Black backpack. Black backpack. Sounds like you're going.
I'm not falling for that.
Yeah, Lola, Lola says yes. Hank's black backpack was a no-go. Well, yeah. I wonder if anyone else in Vegas at that time and went through that nonsense. But they were doing it. They were doing it. Yeah. There were people who were in the booths at SHOT Show because I was complaining, and there was some other folks that were like, "Yeah, we're staying in that hotel, and every time we go in and out, if you have a black backpack, they stop you and you have to show it." And I was like, this is the stupidest, most retarded thing I've ever heard. If you are in a green backpack, you're safe.
Right.
Put a machine gun in a green backpack and go in there. Nothing. No one is searching you. It was so stupid. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, man.
No, but I'd like to go to a SHOT Show eventually. I haven't really had a way to go in the past, and I'm kind of relatively new to this whole gun tuber thing, so I guess I've never really been invited or had the chance, kind of thing.
I don't think so are you waiting for the invite? I don't think people invite you.
Well, I'm kind of working on it. I'm working on becoming a member of POMA, which will then... I know you have to have some type of press credentials or something to get in
Well,
there.
yeah, if you want to go to SHOT Show, what you do is you go to the NSSF site, and there's directions there to get media credentials. And when you go through all that, they just ask you for your, like, typically they want to see your website or your blog or your YouTube channel or Instagram or whatever it is.
Yeah.
To see that you're legit media. So that's, you just go through that process, and, and that's pretty much how you get it. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So traditionally, SHOT Show is for the manufacturers, distributors, shop owners, that kind of a thing, and then obviously there's media there. But over the last years, the media side of people going there has grown, and there's a lot of media folks that go there. From our side, I don't know. I'm sure there are actually like traditional news media and everything that go there, but who cares about those guys, right? Who cares about CNN and SHOT Show?
Yeah, the fake news? No.
Right. Man Against the Masses says Dora the Explorer backpack. Yeah.
Get right through security with that.
Yeah. Let me tell you, if I go back to SHOT Show next year and they have that, I'm definitely not rocking with a black backpack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I probably will go buy a Dora the Explorer backpack and put all my machine gun, since I'm a dangerous gun guy walking around Vegas.
Right.
I'll just put it in my Dora backpack and everyone will be safe and sound. Nothing will go wrong.
Now, I don't know. I won't be able to go this year probably no matter what anyway, so it'll give me time to see what's going on next year, because I was already lucky enough to get to go down south to the IV 8888 twice this year.
Okay, tell us about that. How was that?
Dude, that was awesome. We did it in May. Then we just did it again about 3.5 weeks ago. And I went down there with my friend Chris from Marksman TV, my friend Frank, and then met a bunch of other fellow YouTube friends down there. And that's a pretty freedom-loving type event. Like, you know what it is, Frank. You get on, or Hank rather, you get on there and they start.
Yeah, I was at the one in May. I was at the one in May with you. That's where we.
Oh yeah.
We actually met in person there. I didn't make this last one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's just all freedom there. There's no mandates for anything. Just gun safety to the max. Other than that, just blasting as many rounds as you can and meeting different people in the industry, meeting different fellow gun tuber friends. It's a nice event.
Yeah, I prefer the small events like that even to SHOT Show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and this last one I went to was really special, and I'd like to thank you publicly for introducing me to Josiah with Palmetto State Armory.
Okay, you're welcome. I mean, I'm glad that you guys were able to link up. What did you do over at Palmetto State Armory?
Dude, I know my viewers are waiting, guys. When I got back, I was swamped, and then I got sick, and now I'm feeling good, so videos will be coming soon. I got to get at that out there. So, dude, like, literally, it started off, Josiah's like, dude, you're friends with Hank, you're friends with me, what's up? We talked, we kind of met, and I said, you know what,
Josiah's a good dude, man. That's one of my
Oh,
buddies.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, he is, dude. Like, dude, even if he wasn't with Palmetto, I would still just like to be friends with the guy. Like, he's that awesome of a dude.
Josiah's a good guy. Yeah, whenever we talk for hours sometimes.
Oh, dude, awesome. So, basically, I don't know, man. I can go into as much detail as the viewers want or not, but we hooked up.
So when did you go there?
I went there the day before the Iraq veteran event.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And we started off at their little corporate headquarters there. And then he just took me around. Like, I literally went behind the scenes and saw almost everything. Like, watched them. I'll show you guys something real quick here that I have sitting here.
What did you think about PSA for such a little tiny ass company? You know, they're basically just one little tiny.
That's what I thought. That's what I used to think. No, it's nothing like that.
No, I'm pretty sure it was just a shack.
No,
I'm sure it's just a shack with some dudes with chisels chiseling out lowers. No, that's not what happened.
No, that's not what happened. He took me to like 4 different places, and then explained that some of the other one was like 4 hours away, and then there was locations in Minnesota and Florida, and so I was in Columbia, South Carolina, which is where their headquarters is and some of their main facilities, right? And we started off with, I went into their machine shop, okay, and literally watched them. For example, there was a cart full of these AR upper forgings, and I got a couple of souvenirs. Got them
look at that! Oh,
by some people.
Oh yeah, that looks like, I see Such. I see. Is that Eric? IV8888 signed on that.
That's
one?
Eric. This is Chris from Marksman TV.
Yep.
And this is going to be given away on my channel soon. I got this for the people.
Yeah, and by the way, for the YouTube overlords watching,
this isn't even a part. This is literally a forging.
Yeah.
So this is just literally a chunk of metal, a forging of steel, of aluminum rather, right?
Right.
I'm sorry, Hank, if you didn't want me to show that, but it is a forging. So I'm...
No. For the YouTube, for the YouTube people that are, no, we have someone spamming us in the chat. I went to ban them and I accidentally put it up there for a quick second. That's why. No, just for the YouTube overlords watching, you could show that. That is not a firearm or anything like that. It's just a hunk of metal.
And it's not even a part to a firearm. So
yeah,
I literally got to watch.
It's a paperweight. Yeah.
Exactly. And this is something people also don't realize about Palmetto that I never knew. They're not just buying these uppers and lowers and all this from like some company in China and bringing it in like people say. No, they literally have their own forge. They make this. It's a forging. And I, with my own eyes, and I'm going to have some video footage of it, watch them literally milling these out from start to finish. So they're actually like creating this stuff from natural resources all the way into the finished product.
Yeah, they go through, I don't know, did they tell you the stats of how much frickin' aluminum and steel and all kinds of crap? Like, they consume a lot of materials, man. They're making a lot of stuff.
Yes, they do, and I know on this particular item, this is really heavy right now, guys, believe it or not. 70% of this goes into scrap filings before you have your finished product. So 70% waste, if you will, to make this.
Yeah, there's a lot of material that comes out of there. I don't think people realize exactly how big PSA is, and I think PSA is probably one of the biggest manufacturers in the country. It's definitely in the top 3 of manufacturers. So,
dude, they're huge. So I went to the machine shop, watched that. I also have footage of AK parts, which they're quickly becoming one of the most prominent AK makers. Same thing, watching them do rear sight bases and gas blocks. They just start off as a forging. The CNC machine does all of its programmed magic, cutting all the parts out. Literally, they're manufacturing there, not just assembling. And I just wanted to kind of let people know that. Way
Yeah.
different than
Oh
I
yeah.
thought.
Man Against the Masses says, which is better, forged or billet? And I'll let you answer that. What do you think? Do you have a preference on that? Forged or billet? What's your preference?
Look, I'm fine with either. There is some people that will tell you that a billet's better. A lot of times you'll find like a match set, right, where it's the lower and upper that are billet and they're matched with each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a super premium AR and you can afford that, that's a good option.
Mm-hmm.
However, with Palmetto, look, forgings are still. This is still like totally industry standard. This is not like a crappy way to do it. And their business model is literally this. I'm not going to give out the numbers, but they're happy with a very, very low profit margin. They're still growing their business that way, but they just literally want an AR-15 or an AK into as many people's hands as possible to try to make it just impossible to ban them all. That's what I was told their philosophy is.
Okay, so a couple of things going on here. Let's get this up from John Crump Live.
Money, 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 money.
John Crump says stamped.
Well, with an AK, the Palmetto makes stamped receivers, so there you go
I
with
think.
those.
Do they do forged stuff? I think so. Yeah. Don't they?
Well, they don't have any milled AK receivers, but
Okay.
you'll have the stamped receiver, but then all of their parts, like their trunnions and that, are forged parts. They're all their bolt, their carrier, all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they haven't done. Yeah, so here's the thing, like it's where you're at, traditionalist, or you want it to be lightweight, or whatever. When people ask me this question about stuff, I'm always like, there's no right or wrong answer to that. It's what you want, what you're looking for, and you have to explore that. Like my favorite AK build right now is milled, so but. I understand,
milled,
like people like stamped. Yeah. So, and then let's see here. What is this? Oh, Jackie April says, why hasn't PSA told anyone they own Toolcraft? I don't get it.
They never told me they owned them. As far as I'm concerned, they don't. I don't know. I just don't know.
If you want, look, I think this is gonna be my answer to you about this, to folks out there. There's lots of companies that own other companies that they don't talk about for whatever their reasons are. That's on them. that's not gonna stop people from knowing what the truth is or what's going on or whatever. But I don't think that when companies do that, they're trying to be nefarious about that. I think they've got some reason, which I don't know. I mean.
I can kind of give you guys I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I can kind of give you an example. It's not the exact same thing. So I'm going to have several videos showing you guys probably as much behind the scenes stuff as you're going to see at Palmetto, okay? Tons of footage to edit. However, I had to sign an NDA before I went in there. And that's not because Palmetto's hiding stuff from the people. I'm going to show you guys a ton. It's because there's certain, let's say, jigs and fixtures that are trade secrets that they don't want the competition to find out about. It's nothing to do with the people. So we have to sign NDAs when we go in there that we can't just like sneak our camera to a top secret jig that they spent $1 million creating and then blast it out or whatever to their competitor. So there's a lot of that too that goes on behind the scenes, right?
I think so. I think you're right. I think there's proprietary secrets and things like that. I don't know if this question that Jackie brings up falls into the category of that. I think that there's just reasons is the best thing I could say to you, that there's reasons why companies don't want to reveal some things. I don't think it's necessarily nefarious. It's just what it is, and it doesn't stop people from knowing what the truth is. Is that company maybe going to come out there and go publicly, we own this, we own this, we own that? There's always reasons. I'll give you guys an example of reasons. Recently, when you mentioned Freedom Group breaking up, right? Remember that they're broken up, and what was it? Remington Ammunition was sold off here. This piece of Freedom Group got sold there, got sold to different companies. there are companies that bought into some of the companies that were broken up and split out of Freedom Group. There's companies that bought those companies and then put them in their own separate bucket. Now, why did they do? And if you ask them, if you say to them, "Well, we heard you guys own blah blah blah," they go, "No, we don't. That's its own separate company." There's a legal reason for that, right? Because the folks out there who hate guns and hate gun companies are going to go after these companies so legally, right? They're going to try to sue them and do all this stuff, and therefore those companies doing that are protecting themselves from those lawsuits spreading in, but at the same time they're saving parts of these companies that we all want saved. So I won't get mad at them about it. If I say, "Oh, well, you guys owe such," and they're like, "No, we don't own that." Okay, because
Look, guys,
it's true. I get it. Yeah.
I'll put something that might be news to some of the viewers, but it's not a secret, so I can talk about it. Actually, Palmetto State Armory isn't even the parent company at all. When I went to the headquarters, it's actually not Palmetto. There's one group that owns Palmetto State Armory and many different businesses, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And you guys can look up their address and you can go there. It's a real place in Columbia, South Carolina. But for somebody to say Palmetto owns Toolcraft, it's kind of impossible because Palmetto isn't even the main company. Palmetto's owned by the holdings company as well, right?
Yeah. So it seems like Jackie
go.
here, and I'm not trying to beat up on Jackie either, by the way. I'm just having I'm
Oh,
just
I'm not
like
either.
this
I
is
don't-
yeah, this is how I am, just bringing up something that people have brought up before. Jackie says, "I've had issues with Toolcraft bolts, so I do care."
I get that.
Yeah, and what I would do is take those issues directly to Toolcraft, because if there's still a company out there called Toolcraft and you've had issues with their bolts, then I say that's a issue that needs to go directly to them, and they should own up to that. And I don't know if I don't know if it matters in the case of solving those issues, right? So I'm not taking any sides there. I'm just saying if there's
I'm not
issues
either.
with something that Toolcraft makes, then and Toolcraft is still out there as a company and they make stuff and there's issues with it, then I would if you know that, then stay away from Toolcraft stuff.
Yeah, so John
Or
Crump, he's
deal
alluding-
with them on that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, John Crump's alluding. This is all public information. JJE Capital
Yeah.
is the actual company that owns Palmetto and other companies, right? So, and
They
look,
have a lot of
I'm
stuff
not picking on you either.
No, they have a they have
I'm
a
not picking on Jackie.
No, absolutely not. No. None of that's not that's not going on here. I get it. I understand where it's coming from. Yeah, JJE Capital is the parent company of PSA, and there's a whole corporate structure thing going on there, and there's a reason why these things get structured like that. The biggest reason is usually legal reasons. But it's just I'm just trying to say to you that that's not necessarily something that that we could fight about or do anything about with these companies. They have to structure the companies the way that the lawyers and whoever else involved in corporate management structures the companies. I think if you make bad stuff or you do like how we're talking about Hornady, right? If Hornady it owns other companies under the same kind of thing, they own stuff, I get it, right?
Yep.
And if you figure that out and you put it out there as the public, I've got no issue with that. But for the reason why a lot of companies are doing that behind the scenes, it's just mostly starts with legal stuff.
It does, and it's stuff that I'll never truly understand because I'm not a lawyer. But
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you guys this about Palmetto. A couple things, actually. Okay, I'll tell you guys more about the trip in a second, but let me talk about their warranty.
Yeah.
Josiah knows this. They all know this. When they first started making the AK, it wasn't really that good. And I have one of their very first generation AKs that they ever made. It was within a month of them coming out. I have issues with it. And not because I'm 2A EDU, but literally, I just got done. And they have lifetime warranty on these Palmetto firearms, guys. I'm in the process of getting a shipping label to send back an AK I bought from them like 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago ish, something like that. I have to look at the date. It's been so long ago. And they're going to take it back and they're going to repair what's wrong with it. And if they can't repair it, replace it, which I thought was pretty cool, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's, that's where the way companies should be. They should stand behind the stuff that they make, regardless of whether we like them or not, And I think typically most companies do that. If they don't, it's going to get out there, and then we're going to talk about it. Like, hey, this stuff these people are making is horrible. There's always problems with it. Everyone's going to. You can't hide that, right? It's gonna.
Here's something else about. Mm-hmm. Well, here's something else about Palmetto. You guys are going to see this on my channel. I'm literally going to prove it. And by the way, if you guys can't tell, I love Palmetto. Everyone there was so nice. Like the regular workers, people like me doing the manual labor in life, all the way up to the top of the company, nicest people ever. And they were so transparent. You guys are going to see like their warehouse from me. You're going to see the bins of ammo, parts. You're literally going to see an AK getting built. I might have to blur out a little bit of like the jig they're using, but they were like 100% transparent with me and the viewers. And check this out. You guys can actually get a hold of Palmetto as just a customer, and you can schedule a tour. They won't let you record unless you're a member of the media, so there'll be a little difference there, but they will actually walk just a regular old customer through their facilities upon request, which is like completely unheard of. So there you go.
Yeah, that's good. I always think it's a good thing when companies do that, right? There's a few companies out there that will let you come and check them out. Okay, so listen, John Crump says like Black Swan Media owning 2A, EDU, and others. So, but I know he says that jokingly because he doesn't own anybody.
Not owned, but he is considered management.
Right? Yeah. You guys are in big trouble. Yeah.
Wait a minute, is it too late? I mean, can you get me out of the contract, Hank?
No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, I signed on the dotted line already.
No, John is good, man. John is good. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. Right, he's just he's a little taller version of Dr. Evil, but you're fine.
I'll bring you with me next time.
He's gonna put all the money towards putting laser beams on dolphins or something like that, but it's totally okay. Yeah. Listen, I think that there's no mechanical thing that gets made there's nothing that gets made that's perfect, man. There?
No.
There's gonna some companies are worse than other companies at making stuff. For sure, there's companies out there that make mostly crap.
Yes, there are. There's some companies I just don't do business with anymore. We get it. They're out there.
Yeah, they're out there. A good company though can still make bad things. It really comes down to do they stand behind their stuff. So.
Dude, I met Cameron, the production manager there, hung out with Josiah, who is one of the original brothers of the company. His brother Jamin, like these guys like actually walk around the floor and like pick up parts and look at them. It's it's a huge company, but the owner isn't like on a yacht. The owner's like literally having a meeting in his office every day, going over everything with the partners. Then the owner is like maybe at this shop, that shop, walking around amongst the people. Like, is that what you've noticed too with them?
For the most part, you probably wouldn't even notice the Jamin somewhere if you didn't know, who he is and what
exactly. These
like.
people don't look like management. They're just regular.
No, I know Jamin is just a regular dude. The genuine gun guys. Most of the people who work at, if not all of them that work at PSA are gun folks. Like actual gun people who enjoy what they're doing and love shooting, love owning guns, love the Second Amendment, all that kind of stuff, including Jamin. So, I mean, that's the formula that I'm always looking for these people to really be in it and be passionate about it and really believe in it. That's a big thing. You know, I'm always telling people that if you look at some of the older companies in the gun world, in the gun industry, the older ones, the people who originally founded those companies 50 years ago or 100 years ago, or whatever it was, those folks were gun people, right? And they believed in this thing. But then their kids came along, and maybe their grandkids came along, or third generation, whatever, and they don't care. They're just in it for the money. They don't care if they burn the business down to the ground. They don't care if the Second Amendment goes away. They'll just wrap up and go on and do something else, because they came into it from the money side, and they don't see the whole struggle or understand that. And that's worse to me, right? I appreciate the folks, whether it's a new company or old company. There are old companies that the kids are running the company, and they do care about the Second Amendment. You know, and that kind of stuff matters. Barnauls is like that, you know. Pete Barnauls cares about the Second Amendment, and so do all the folks at Barnauls, and I appreciate that. And that's a 80-something-year-old company.
Exactly. And then there's Barnauls is a great example. There's another company that was not so good at a certain point in the 90s and said we only need a 10-round magazine, and that was Bill Ruger. Well,
yeah,
Mr. Ruger passed away. The kids and the next generation took over. Immediately, they started making AR-15s, the 25-round BX-25 1022 mags. So that's something where the kids might have been more pro-gun than their old man, you know?
Which is good. We'll take it.
Awesome. We'll take it when it happens that way.
Yeah, we'll take it. And good stuff is happening with Ruger. I think, what company was it that Ruger bought out of the Freedom thing?
Marlin?
Marlin, yeah. Good news. Right?
Yeah,
I hope to see good stuff coming out of that. Yeah.
Somebody else bought DPMS, just to let you guys know. So their ARs are back, and there's a DPMS AK out now too that I've seen. Just to let you guys know, another Freedom Group company.
Yes, I think Walter was talking about AK Operators Union testing that AK yesterday. I think
I know who made it. I just have to ask them if that was part of the NDA or not. But I have to figure out. But
yeah. I think Walter said there were some problems with that. Jackie wants to know, does the dude that looks like Ben Affleck still work there? I don't know. I don't remember a dude. Oh, I think his name is Dale. Maybe so he's been here. I don't know if Dale still works at PSA or not. This is a good question, but I don't know. Sometimes people move in and out of these companies. I know who you're talking about with Dale, and I'm not sure. That maybe he doesn't. The last time I had them on, I don't think that's who came on to talk about the dagger, so that's something we would have to look into. But I don't remember Dale looking like Ben Affleck.
Dude, you walk in that warehouse where they're like packaging everything up. Insane. There's just hundreds of people. They're like busy little ants just pushing their carts, loading them up, packing, semi-trucks, loading dock. Like, yeah, it's bigger than what people would think.
Yeah, LV Louis Cypher's got like some. You said don't get him started on Ruger. What's up? Who are you pointing to? What comment?
Pull Ronnie Thompson back up. This is cool as heck.
Ronnie Thompson.
Him and his
Okay.
Dad. Yeah.
Okay.
Him and his dad were the ones that were like, dude, we want you to go to Palmetto, you know? And these guys are from South Carolina. Well, in the meantime, me and you talked. You made the introduction. And I actually got to meet Ronnie and his dad, Roger, both in the parking lot at their flagship retail store after the tour, you know?
Awesome. Sweet. That's cool.
So that was really nice.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about, you know, a company like Palmetto State Armory. They're open to that. They have a lot of stores. They're putting up stores. There's quite a few stores that they have in South Carolina. You know, I'd like to see some stores show up maybe in Florida. It would be nice. You know?
They said they have something down there. I don't know to what extent.
There's a factory in Florida. I went to visit it. There's a factory.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm just saying they need to put some stores up in here.
We should both email Josiah tonight. Put stores in Florida and Michigan.
I want my own personal PSA store. Put one in Gainesville. I don't know. Gainesville is kind of a hippie town, but I will I will take it though. I will take it. Yeah, I don't live in Gainesville. I live outside of Gainesville.
Right. The Hacienda.
Yeah, Gray Man says the Sand Tornado. So he's talking about AK Operators Union. He says the Sand Tornado is entertaining but not a scientific test. Very subjective. So, um, let you know, So let me ask you this. So I get this all the time. If you test a gun, right, and things go wrong, does that mean that you would never buy the gun? You know?
No, it depends what it is, right?
Yeah, or how you're testing it, right? Like if
Yeah.
do people consider just pulling the trigger a test? Because that's operating it. I guess.
So I guess maybe
Right.
it starts there, right? You do that first to make sure. As
Yeah.
far as what a test is,
I mean, maybe a test
the-
of just shooting the gun. A test would be more long term, right? So not like if you get this gun and you're doing first rounds or you're doing different things through it. Overall, that's a long term thing, right? I don't know if that I think you really have to put it through paces to really make it like a traditional, like sometimes I say, oh, we're testing this or whatever, but I really mean, hey, we've got this here, and over time we're shooting it to see how it is. But just shooting it isn't the thing. That's why I know I'm interrupting you, but what is the formula of that, do you think?
well, I'm thinking about what you're saying here, and dude, it's such a fine line. Like, okay, just shooting at 10 rounds in a nice, clean indoor range. That's a basic function test, but that's not a test. Now, things like a sand tornado and stuff. Look, could it happen? Could you all of a sudden find yourself in the middle of Iraq, or maybe? So it's somewhere in the middle. Some of the testing people do is no doubt for entertainment, in my opinion, and I think it's awesome because I like to be entertained. But it's somewhere in between, and I don't know where a true test is in a way. Do you have to drag an AK behind your truck? Do you have to put it in a sand tornado? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I think so. This is a tough question to answer. Even like I'm asking you the question, I think I agree with you. It's tough to answer. It's tough to quantify what it is. But I think if we're really going to say, like sometimes we say stuff, but that's not what we mean by what we're saying. So it's just like, are you building an AR or are you assembling it? Right?
I don't want to go there. I could get half the crowd mad at me.
But so I think though, if you're going to say test, like a test is where you push something to the limits to see where it breaks.
That would be like an endurance test. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when people talk about, so for example, AK Operators Union, like putting 5,000 rounds through something. I like that because I don't have 5,000 rounds to drop through something all the time. And if he has it and he does it, I don't have a problem with that because I know how far it's going to go. If that thing breaks at 4,000 or 2,000, doesn't mean I'm not going to buy it. It just means I know where is the limit to push that thing to.
No, I hear you. And I think different tests are useful for different people. So a lot of my viewers appreciate that I'll take a budget pistol a lot of times, a lot of tourist guns. Just take it out there, show the guys how to shoot it. Show them that it's functioning with these different mags. So for that guy, that's actually a more valuable test than a torture test because they just want to learn how to use the darn thing and see if it works or not at all, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole spectrum.
There is. So I remember Standard Manufacturing has a gun called DP-12. Okay? Which is a bullpup shotgun. Have you ever shot the DP-12?
I have not, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, double action. No, what is it? Double barrel, and then I think you can. I think it automatically switches the barrel. Okay, so there's the DP-12. So we did kind of a torture test on that, where I got a bunch of guys, and we got a bunch of cheap, like Walmart 12 gauge, and we just started pumping it through that gun to see at what point it would fail. And there was so many of us just switching out of this gun. We basically ran like a train on this gun, right? Like I would shoot it, pump everything out, and then when I got tired, some guy would come behind. Someone was immediately loading it back up, and we were just going. And then I think around like 700 rounds of 12 gauge, something happened where the gun was like it started to fail. Not it wasn't not shooting, but it was shooting sometimes when it necessarily shouldn't be. And then I was like, you know what? We've got to stop because something's happening here with this gun, and we stopped. Okay, so here's the thing I want to say. We sent the gun back to them, and they looked at it, and they said because we were going so fast and doing what we were doing, the tubes were heating up. Okay. And that's why there was a failure, because the tubes heated up and bended like slightly, and that created the failure. Okay, so that's what we did. We drove this thing to a failure point. They repaired it, sent it back to us. Now, that video, I don't know if it's still up on YouTube. It might be one of those videos we had to like remove because YouTube was doing stuff or whatever, harassing us about it. But people were complaining to me about what we did in the video, and I'm like, dude, if you are in a zombie apocalypse and there's 700 zombies and you've shot 700 zombies with this gun, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like how many zombies? Yeah, how many zombies do you really? You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to
all of them.
But I'm just saying to you, when you get to about, I'm gonna say right now, at about 300 zombies, you're gonna go, you know what? Just eat me.
Right,
Seriously.
you might want to kill them. You might just say, screw it, I'll just become part of it.
Yeah, if you've taken down 300 zombies and there's another 300 zombies in front of you. So,
I think when they bite you, you get to become one yourself, right? So.
Yeah, but the point I'm making to you is you know the failure point, and people.
Yeah.
There are people that I meet, they're like, you know what, I bought that gun because I saw what you guys did. And I was like, if all these guys shooting this gun is what it took, then I know I'm going to be fine as just one person shooting that gun.
Yeah.
You know? So that's the thing that I think, like, I'm cool with people doing those kinds of tests. I don't do it all the time because everyone gets all whatever about it. And it was tough to do that thing in the first place.
Expensive to do, too.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's tough. You got to get enough people together, and then you're still trying to be safe. That's why we called it when we started having certain things happen. I'm like, no, that's it. We're not gonna keep going on it. So,
and I think it depends. You know, like 42 Chilled set up here. Depends where you operate. So hold on, I live right next to one of the Great Lakes. Mm-hmm. So if something SHTF, I might have be kind of in the swamp or in the water a little bit. So that might work for me. Maybe somebody lives in the desert outside of Vegas, and the sand dust is a good test for them, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like I wanted to see with the DP12. You know what's the funny thing about the DP12? So it's made in Connecticut. It's a good gun. My personal opinion, good gun. Because I know. I took that gun to what I thought was, this is the boundaries of what a human being could do. It's made so the DP12 is made in Connecticut. In Connecticut, and that same company makes ARs, right? AR-15s. So they're making AR-15s, and they can't sell them to people in Connecticut. The people who work there at that company cannot buy what they're making at that company with the AR-15s. But in Connecticut, you can buy a shotgun, and you can buy the DP12. Okay. So if you don't have an AR and you can't get it, you can get something like I'm not saying go get it. I'm just saying that here is something that you could use, and you could use it to defend your home, and it could frickin' bring the noise.
And look, dude, 700 rounds to a shotgun, that's like about the same as putting 5,000 to an AR-15. You don't normally rapid cycle a shotgun to that extent, right? Yeah. So you guys literally beat it up just to see what it would do.
We beat the crap out of that thing. And so sometimes I think that's good. Yeah. And that's why I like when Mac does that. I like when AK operate, when people do it, I like that because now I get to see it and I'm like, I know how far that thing could go.
Dude, and it's both. Some of these guys are entertaining too, okay? Mm-hmm. So they might be doing a test that's actually valid while being entertaining about it. And sometimes they might throw a little fluff in there, like, I don't know, let's see what happens if this chicken craps on it. Or, I mean, people do whatever just to make it fun to watch it, right?
Right, yeah.
You know
I've got no problem. I've got no problem with that. Just entertain me. Look, most of this is entertainment. Right?
Yeah, people love to watch people shoot guns and torture them, and yeah.
Yeah, it's ultimately entertainment. You know.
Well, here's how we can prove that more people like to be entertained. And I know a lot of my viewers, look, I'm not really the most entertaining guy on YouTube, but look at me. Look at Demo Ranch. All he does is just absurdly blow stuff up for entertainment. And look how big his channel is. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, so you know, I mean, you got to be more of a gun bunny. That's, you know, to AEDU. What's wrong with you? Show you're sexy. You know, make your videos how you. I know you're driving around on those zero turns with no shirt on. You got to put more sexiness out there. Yeah. Show the people. Show the people the beef.
Oh boy.
The people want the beef to AEDU. Where's the beef?
Before you know it, 22 million subs in a matter of months.
Len Holt says, I know that Eric's tests are all scientific. Oh, yeah, I love a burn down. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love a burn down. Yeah.
Oh, I do too. His meltdowns, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. When a dude has to put on bulletproof, he has to put on bulletproof shit and wear like special heat gloves. It's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Armament and Axis says all of us do that. This is entertainment. So, yeah. Ronnie Thompson says I want to learn. I think you should throw some learning in. You know, nothing wrong
That's
with that.
mainly what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Ron Wayne says add amount of 50 to your zero turn.
That would be nice. And make no mistake, guys, look, some stuff's entertainment as far as with some things people do, and it's awesome. When I'm on my streams preaching fire and brimstone about our God-given rights, that's not entertainment. I'm actually being dead serious, just to clarify.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But people can see that. I mean, I think that's obvious, right?
Yeah, me and you were dead serious earlier about all this stuff that frustrates, and we need to straighten up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could go between those two things, and people could realize. So for example, not everyone will talk about the politics stuff that we do.
Yeah, we lose all kinds of subs. People say came for the guns, left for the politics. Do you ever get that
right?
kind of stuff?
Or even I do, but then also YouTube puts you know, they put the ban stick on us. Because we talk about the politics, you know. If we just did the fun blow stuff up or, you know, sexy shoot 'em up stuff, I think it would be. I'm not saying it would be perfect because I think they're coming down on everyone, but it's more difficult for us because we do talk about the politics, and we do, you know, we do try to be funny and entertaining and do. I like to try to do all of those things. If I just wanted to be successful on YouTube with guns, I'm not the smartest, sharpest tool in the shed, but I know enough to know all you do, this is successful, just do the same thing over and over again. Follow the formula. That's what a lot of other people are doing. I see guys just follow that formula. I'm going to get the biggest caliber and shoot it at this. What happens if I shoot this? What, you know, we shot this, right? So if I definitely know that, but I choose not to do that because that is just mind-numbingly boring to me. I don't look at people doing that all the time, and it's just not interesting to me. So, you know.
Yeah, and we all believe in fighting the good fight, right? Armament and Axis, same way. He entertains, but is dead serious too. I get it. It's both.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both, but because we feel like this is a passion project more than for the money thing. I would never knock a person. People need money. It's expensive to do this. You buying guns, getting ammo, doing all the things that it takes to make a video in the first place is an expensive endeavor.
Yes.
Okay, so you should at least recoup what you put into it. And if you're fighting for people, if you're educating people and you're entertaining people, you should make something out of it. I would like to see that one day you don't have to, you know, do what you do for a living now of cutting people's grass unless you just want to do it for the heck of it, the fun of it, right? You deserve that.
Well,
right?
I appreciate the good wishes. My viewers are very, very generous, like extremely generous. I'm very lucky. Still not making money on it. It's just that expensive to do this kind of stuff. Like, man, you go out there and here's what happens, and you know this. You go out there, you want to put 500 rounds through this gun, so you can let your viewers know what's going on with it, right? YouTube likes to demonetize anything with a gunshot in it. So it's like, hold on a minute. The video I spent the most money on, they're going to restrict it, demonetize it. So half the time you don't even upload that video and you just tell your viewers what happened. I mean, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes where we just kind of spin our wheels. Is that kind of how it is for you too?
It is, but you know, it's pretty easy for you to get over that. Stop posting on your channel, start a brand new channel, and just put videos where you just shoot, you know, see how many watermelons you could shoot through or whatever, and just do those kinds of videos, and don't talk about politics. Don't have an opinion. Don't try to educate anyone about anything. You know,
that's probably the problem is, yeah,
if you just do that repetitively, incessantly, in a mind-numbing way, you can actually, you know, build something. And I'm completely serious about what I'm telling you. It's easy enough to, like, I have this conversation with Lola. She's like, I know that you know this is the way and I tell her, yes, I know it. I understand my craft of what I do. I understand it very well. I don't want to do it because it will hurt my soul.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you have to do it for fun, or else we would. I know I wouldn't, and I know you. We wouldn't be doing this just because it's the way we could make a living or the most money possible. It's not that. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I could tell you right now, just to give you an example, just doing the van stuff that I do on Stranger Palooza, I could look at that channel and I think I have maybe like less than 9,000 subscribers, right? It's kicking the ass of anything else that I do. Those 9,000 subscribers and the views that I get over there is ass kickery. And what I mean by that is, if I only did that, I could actually be very wealthy very quickly.
Yeah. If you didn't dilute yourself down with our God-given rights and firearms and the Second Amendment, right?
I can't get away from it, dude. I can't. It's like genuinely something that pulls me. That's why I get on here and I talk about this as much as I can, and we still shoot guns and do stuff over there, because I can't give it up. It really is a thing that pulls me, that I feel genuinely about. And at the same time, it hurts to see that, you know, like YouTube and other social media platforms are against us, and it hurts to see all this stuff, but I can't let go of it. They're gonna have to, like, take me out. They're gonna drag me out, you know, kicking and scratching and all that kind of stuff. So
same here. And I'm actually, real quick, I know we're almost done, but I'm actually having a blast over on Locals. That's been growing a lot for me over there. And there's what I've been doing on YouTube.
What is that?
Lately.
Explain that to folks, because I saw someone mentioning Locals earlier in the chat. I don't know if I threw it up there or not. What is Locals?
So the big news is Locals just merged with Rumble. So getting together. Now what Locals is, it's like this. It's a censorship-free social media, meaning as long as you're not breaking federal law, no sex trafficking or human trafficking. That's basically it. Other than that, there's no types of rules or regulations, whatever. So I can go over there and I can touch guns on live streams. So it's kind of like a two-part component. It's kind of half YouTube and half Facebook. And I'm only saying that because you guys have heard of those. Not the censorship of Facebook or any of that. So you can open up the phone app. There's an app for iPhone, Android.
So is it this one that I'm throwing up right here? Locals? Is this what streaming chat? Is it that thing?
That's the thing. So
I'm gonna let it load here, and then I'll show you guys again. Okay.
And I can pull up my Locals page just real quick to show guys what it looks like on my phone, maybe.
It's this app, right?
Yes, it's that app.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I don't have it. I think I've heard of it, but yeah, I never had anyone explain it to me. Go ahead.
So it starts off with like a feed, right? So it's just it'll look a lot like Facebook, where I just made a feed. Now here's what's cool. People can join my Locals totally free and view all this stuff, or they can become a supporter. Mine's like $3 a month to support, and you'll see Mateo right here, and you can actually create your own post and become part of that feed. See, here's me announcing I'm coming on here.
Oh, sweet.
We've got another viewer put up, you know, kind of a funny meme, right?
Yeah, right.
So this is the Facebook side of things.
We didn't talk about that too either. We totally skipped over that whole Fauci thing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this kind of looks like Facebook-ish, guys. Right
Right,
now, I'm gonna hit one
right.
button on my app.
So,
I'm just
so
gonna hit
it's
this play
almost like
button.
Patreon as well, a little bit. You're saying, right?
Yes, there's a way you can support creators you like there. Now I'm basically like YouTube. I just clicked the little play button, and this is all of the videos from 2AEDU, including past live streams, me and my daughter doing Legos that I put up as a bonus. So it's YouTube and Facebook combined where we can touch guns and I live stream and all that. So
So
there you go.
so once you sign up for it, how soon can you live stream?
Okay, so anybody can live stream 30 minutes straight, like just signing up. Once you get to like 50 supporters, you get an hour.
Okay.
Once you get to, I forget the next tier, you get an hour and a half. And that's because the only thing that's funding this site is people's supporters. They take like 10%, which is way less than YouTube or any of them. And there's no ads on locals at all. They're not selling your data to big tech. So that's
Okay.
how it's funded, is by people supporting creators, and they take their little cut.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. And I'm curious that, like, the folks who are in the chat, I know there's some folks in there. I was throwing up comments and people about locals. So I'm curious from the other folks who are in the chat with us right now. Are you guys on locals? What do you think about it? You never heard of it? Whatever. Let us know right now. We could do a little test here and see. And do you want to know about it, etc.? Because I know there's always different things coming out. I just signed up for Utreon. I'm not even sure if our content is on Utreon yet, but I know I'm working on that. And then I think Utreon also can allow you to stream live. So I'm looking for ways to do that. Just so we could go back to, we could go, like we used to be able to show guns while we were live and all that kind of stuff,
And I do that every Saturday night on locals, and I'm looking at my stats. I'm up to 660 total members.
Oh,
on
wow,
there
cool.
already, which most of those are totally free. There is some people I'm very grateful are supporting me, but yeah, man, I'm going on my streams, and I did 8K underfolders last Saturday night, and I just showed like 4 or 5 underfolders up close, touching them. It was a pretty fun stream.
Oh, cool. All right, let me get this chat in
Money,
from
money,
Armin
money,
and Axis. This
Money.
super chat. He says at Who Moved My Freedom at 2AEDU. What did he say here? Hold on, throw it back up. Hashtag we do this because we are 2A strong, not about money to me, but it would be cool to make money at it. So there you go. And Ross says I'm on 2AEDU's locals. It's awesome, love it. So there you go.
We're having a lot of fun, and look, guys, here's why I'm going with locals personally. I like the format, how it's a little Facebooky and a little YouTubey. It's like both, right? But without the censorship. And I knew a while ago that this Rumble locals merger was happening. And I look at Rumble as probably the only chance of maybe taking a dent into big tech. Locals as part of that. That's why I personally feel they're the ones that are going to still be standing a year or two or whatever from now,
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get this one in here also.
Money, 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 money. Money.
Rudy Finney says locals is a great platform. I know that's one of your people. So big
Shout
thanks
out to
there.
Rudy.
Yes, and Aries Firearms
Money, money,
Training.
money, money. Money.
What is this? Aries says Shiba dog writing with a brush, writing #1 on a piece of paper. Oh, so he did a sticker. We just can't see the sticker here because I'm using
I can
a
see it
different
on the
thing.
side, Chad.
Oh,
It's
you
kind
can
of a
see it?
foxy
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of a little foxy dog, whatever,
Yeah, Lola wants to ask this. Well, Ronnie Thompson says, I love locals. And Lola says she wants to ask you, how easy was it to get folks over there to locals? Or what did you do?
So for a month and a half, a lot of my core guys, whatever you want to call them, the people that like me for some reason, came right over. I got to 100. Then it was kind of kicking and screaming a little bit because guys on YouTube wanted to make all these rumors like it's pay to play, it's a paywall. So you know what I started saying? Look, guys, you can support me if you want over there. You get a few extra perks. And then I just started literally telling people the truth. Here's the video. You're never going to see the other stuff I'd like to show you on YouTube because they won't allow it. So if you want to see part 2, come over to locals. Now I've had 500 and something people pouring in the last month.
Yeah, awesome.
Just by telling them the honest truth.
Yeah, I see lots of positive feedback from that. I know. Is it okay if we run a little late here, or do you have some place to go?
No, we're
Although
good for a
if you
minute.
yeah
I wanted to
yeah
emphasize something
mm-hmm,
here, and this is true,
mm-hmm.
guys. There's a mindset where some people say like, dude, you're taking away from us on YouTube to go over to locals. No, I'm not. I'm still doing everything I always did on YouTube. There's just hundreds of videos that I wanted to make on YouTube this whole time, but they would literally ban me for it, that now I'm able to do over there. And there is a distinction, right?
Yeah, and I think, just to add to what you're saying, I think we need to look at options. I think what Facebook is doing, like this stuff that just recently came out about Facebook, where these people saying Facebook was Facebook. I don't know about Facebook inciting January 6th, but definitely don't like Facebook. And I think what Facebook and YouTube and all these different places are up to, by they are censoring and suppressing our freedom and our message and our ability to communicate with each other, and it's not a good thing. And I think ultimately they are going to pay the price for that. Okay? And the way that you pay the price is that in this world of the internet, someone else could come along and make a better thing that doesn't do all that crap, and people will discover that. Does it mean that it's locals or this thing or that thing? We won't find out unless we try it.
And I'm trying it. I totally agree with you, and I'm having a lot of fun over there. None of this is about me promoting my locals page. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
I literally. I'd like to
No,
see you
dude.
over
First of
there.
all, I'm happy.
Like to
I'm
see.
happy to promote. I'm happy to promote anything that you're up to, my friend. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
never an issue with me. But I know you're trying to like impart something to not just me, but the folks who are listening out there, right?
Yes, and maybe they can talk to, maybe Hank's your favorite creator, guys. I hope he is, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe you have another favorite creator, and it's not a zero sum game here. Like just because 2A EDU's on locals, I don't want to be the only gun channel there. If
Mm-hmm.
Hank's there, we got John Crump there, whoever. Some more of us come over there. That people might look forward to going to locals more.
Yeah,
'cause
we
they
could
watch
find
three of
out if
it,
it's we could find out if it's something or not.
Exactly, and I'm having a ton of fun there
Yeah.
myself. I'll just
Yeah.
say that. So,
Yeah, you know what? I'll look into it, man. As soon as I get off here, and and we'll see what we can get popping there. Here's what I believe we need to try. I am not loyal to any of these platforms, man. Okay, it's like back in the day, believe it or not, I used to do some stock market stuff, and one of the big things that I learned out of doing the stock market is a very smart guy in that world said, "I am not in love with a company or a stock." Or people that run a company. I love my family and I want to take care of them. So those kind of things don't matter. You find out something is good, and it works for you, you do it. Something is bad and it doesn't work for you, you find something else. Okay?
Exactly. So just start off so you don't waste too much time. Just take a stroll around mine. Read stuff I'm posting, stuff my people are posting,
Yeah.
and just see what you
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I'll absolutely try it out. Okay, so listen, I don't want to keep you. I know I've got stuff to do and you've got stuff to. You know what's funny? Whenever you come on the show here, at the end we're always riled up and still ready to keep going.
Now this went by like in 5 seconds as far as my time frame goes. I had a good time.
Yeah,
man.
same here. Yeah, same here. I can't believe I was like, oh shit, the time went real fast. But no, man, it's always fun and it's always interesting to talk to you, and you always show me stuff that I don't necessarily like. I'm not, I think we're looking at the same stuff, but sometimes we don't always see the same things, and that's why I like talking to you, because it's not just like preaching to the choir. We can have a conversation, and not like, for example, in the beginning of this, we didn't agree on something, and then I went and looked at it. I was like, oh shit, you're right. I didn't even see that the first time I looked at it. So I enjoy
that's
that.
Good though.
Yeah,
me too.
That's what this is all about, and so I appreciate you coming on. Tell the folks out there what they can do to support you or communicate with you.
Hey, we're hanging out on YouTube, obviously. Locals, like I just said, it's just 2A EDU on locals. You can find it in the description of all of my YouTube videos. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I really do appreciate 2A EDU coming on here. It's always fun, like I said, man. I am going to encourage you guys to check out Barnauls. as well as go check out hankstrange.com. I'm actually going to run in the end, and we're going to come back and 2A ED. Oh, look at that, popping the Barnauls.
I'm a fan myself.
Absolutely. And so listen, I'm going to run in the end, but we're going to come back, and 2A EDU is going to drop some words of wisdom on us. And I do want to remind you guys that we won't be doing the show for the rest of the week. I'm getting on the road and heading out to Vegas. So hit me up on social media and follow me and stuff like that. I'll still be posting things there. And then when we're out at SEMA Show, for the folks who are into car stuff, hit me up on all the different ways you can communicate with us, and let me know if there's something you want me to look into while I'm out at SEMA Show. Stay right there, 2A EDU. I'm coming right back. We're going to get words of wisdom from you. Let's go with the end. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out here. Make sure you smash those thumbs ups and ring the bell. If you want to watch us live, we're on Who Moved My Freedom on YouTube. We're going to rip the audio out here and throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to listen to audio podcasts from. So one thing I want to say, what's up to everyone who's coming in from the Firearms Radio Network. We've got lots of folks coming in, so welcome and greetings to those folks. 2A EDU, words of wisdom, sir.
First of all, I want to thank everyone in the chat for being awesome tonight. And let's go back to what I said earlier, when Ben Franklin told that lady, literally at the inception of this country, that we have a republic, if you can keep it. That's all of you right now, and we all really need each other. So be encouraged, and we're going to have to fight like hell, and we will save this country, guys.
Amen. Amen. All right. Thanks so much, 2A EDU. You stay right there. To the folks, we'll see you next time around. I'll try to at least when I'm on the road get the show up on Mondays if time allows. Remember, I'm going to be in a different time zone, but we'll let you know. Thanks so much to everyone. Be safe. We'll see you. We're out. Peace.
Let's go, Brandon.